guys, happy Thursday. I wanted to come on here and share some tips on how to take action on your big idea. I know there are a lot of you on here who have an idea, whether it's a brand, a business, maybe you're wanting to launch a podcast, you're wanting to launch a community, or maybe you just want to show up and share a message on social media, but you're struggling. I want to share some of the things that will help you stop procrastinating on this. Maybe you already have your big idea, but you're not showing up in the way that you know you can. This conversation is going to be for you. Hi, the confetti crew. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. So I'm going to get right into it. Because I don't have much time, one. And two, I definitely want to just share some of the growth that I've been having in the last month. My mindset, my business, so many things have taken such a huge shift, and it's definitely been showing. I am on track to hit my 2024 goals. I was just about to say 2023. And it's exciting. It's exciting when you're like in the beginning. Now I'm sharing this not to say like, yeah, I'm here, about to crush my goals for the first quarter. I'm sharing this because there are things that I have put into place that have helped me get to where I am today in this moment. And I want to share those with you because if you are someone who either hasn't taken action on their big idea, if you're someone that has a message that wants to share into the world, and maybe you're just getting stuck on how to show up on social media, you're comparing yourself, you're constantly overthinking, this I want to share with you. Maybe you already have your brand out there, you've started this big idea, but maybe you're finding yourself in a place where you're not showing up in the way that you know you can. And I'm talking to those of you today. So the number one thing I want to share with you that has really helped me in the last few months just show up in a different way is comparison. And I have really focused in on what makes me unique, right? And I think a lot of times we get stuck on this, well, what is she doing? And how is she showing up? Or how are they doing? How are they showing up? And we're constantly trying to find that secret formula, secret sauce on how people are getting engagement, on how people are signing clients, on how people are showing up authentically, showing up confidently, whatever it is that you're looking and seeking for, right? And a lot of times in that path of trying to find this, we forget to hone in on what makes us unique, on the things that will really attract those opportunities, will really attract those clients, will really attract that engagement. Focusing in on who you are, what talents you have, what message you bring to the world, what's your story. I see that a lot with some of my clients that I'm working with. They're like, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm showing up, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but they're not sharing their story. They're not sharing why they started what they started. What's the purpose? What's the mission? What's the vision behind it, right? We resonate so much. Even put yourself in the shoes of someone that's consuming and seeing the way that you're showing up. How are they connecting with you? What do you see that really resonates with you? I don't know about you, but I love the vulnerability. I love to see people sharing their story, their journey. That resonates so much. And I want you to shift your focus from what's the strategy? How are they doing it? How are they showing up? What should I change? To who do I serve? What do I bring to the table? What value do I have? I think a lot of times we get lost in that, and then we start comparing ourselves to people who have been doing the thing for way many more years than us, whether, it's the time or the resources they had. And I think that's one of the things that I always like to share is we focus in on how people are doing certain things, but we don't think about how different their lifestyle is, their resources, their bandwidth. And we're over here stuck on like, how are they doing it when we didn't even start at the same level, right? So comparison is definitely going to be one of the things that I want you to focus on. If you are someone that right now is overthinking how to show up, is overthinking how to get started, maybe you're stuck on the, am I ready yet to start this big idea that I have? You are. If this idea was brought to you in your heart, it was planted in you, it's because you are ready to bring it to life. And the first thing we're going to do is work on that comparison. So here are some steps for you. The number one thing is practice self-compassion. That's going to take you such a long way. Practice self-compassion. And what does that look like? Journaling, talking to yourself, checking in with self, right? A lot of these things might seem a little like, that seems a little too easy, but trust me, sometimes it is. It really just is you taking some moment to connect with yourself, to meditate, to journal, so that you can figure out what are those things that really help you feel your best. So practicing self-compassion is one of the biggest ways that we will overcome comparison. The second thing is muting all the accounts that might make you feel some type of way. Now, if you are in that space, I want to first take a step back and unpack that a little bit. What is coming up for you? Why are you feeling some way, right? Is it because people are showing up in a way that maybe you want to? Maybe they got started after you and they're getting more success or more traction, whatever that is. Check in with yourself and have some self-compassion. So muting those people for a while, it's okay. There's no shame in that. Whatever gives you that peace of mind so that you can continue on your own journey, on your own timeline. So those are two ways that we can work on the comparison, right? Here we're talking about reasons why we keep procrastinating on our big idea, reasons why we keep procrastinating on really showing up and playing big. I know there's a lot of you that might be struggling with that. I felt like that, and I felt like that maybe just even 2 months ago. So what are some of the things that we can put into practice so that we can show up in the way that we know we can? So I wanted to come on here and share that because it's been really helping me just move and show up differently. And I felt the shift, not only in the way that I've been keeping my promises and showing up, but also in my business. And I knew someone needed to hear this today. So if you get anything from our talk today, it's that. If you have a big idea and it was planted in your heart, it was for a reason. And it's because only you can bring it to life. Okay, am I back? I'm back. The other thing I wanted to share with you guys is keeping your promises. And if you don't know, we are currently on day, I believe, 11 of the Keep Your Promises challenge. It's going amazing, and the ladies in this challenge are killing it. They're showing up. So the challenge was showing up with the game framework. It's our signature framework inside Mujeron University, and it's really a framework that helps you get into action. It helps you come from get you out of feeling stuck into action, getting those things done in the day. Thank you, Lily. So we're on day 11, and one of the reasons why I started this challenge is because I find a lot of people that are in that space of like, am I ready yet? I want to grow my business. I want to scale. I want to show up on social media with more confidence. I want to share my message. I'm kind of feeling stuck. And the first thing that I see is we're not keeping our promises in different areas of our life. And I want you to know that there's a huge correlation between you not following through with the things that you said you would do with the results that you're getting. Again, in any area of your life. If you said you were going to show up to work out, if you said you were going to start a healthy lifestyle, if you said you were going to start reading more, if you said you were going to start meditating, I don't know what the promises that you've made to yourself, but you do. And if you haven't followed through with them, trust me, they will translate in every area of your life, in your business, at work, with your children, with your partner. One of the biggest steps for you to stop procrastinating is showing up and keeping those promises. So if you don't know where to even start with this, reach out. I would love to share my game framework with you. It really helps just get from that unstuck into action. Each step of the framework allows you to just connect with yourself a little bit more. And it's kind of like the beginning of like, hey, you know what? I know I haven't been following through, but I want to start. That's going to really help you get started. So second point of how to stop procrastinating on your big idea, whether it's how to scale your business or just starting in general, or maybe you're trying to just show up differently online, whatever it is that your big idea is. Tip number 2 is to keep your promises. So the first one is practice stop comparison. And the second one is keep your promises. And here comes the third one, and it might be my favorite one. I'm not even gonna lie. Surround yourself with people that challenge you and celebrate you. I cannot stress enough how important it is to connect with people that are dreaming big, to connect with people that are not around negativity, that are not always just gossiping, that are not always just talking about how unfair and the victim mentality. I need you to really evaluate the 5 people that you hang out with the most. How are they contributing to your life? Are they taking away or are they contributing? And I need you to at least 3 of those be people that contribute, support you, cheer for you. They say your name in places that your name needs to be said. I need you to just surround yourself with those people that are really helping you. I promise you that's going to be one of the ways that you can just fast track into your goals, whatever goals that you have. And I always like to give this example because I think this is what really lands with people. When you are trying to, let's say, reach a fitness goal, right? You're trying to lose weight, you're trying to get in shape, you're trying to live a healthy lifestyle. It's a lot easier to accomplish that when you have an accountability partner, whether you're doing it with a friend, your spouse, your family member, whoever. If you both said, okay, we're going to keep each other accountable and we're going to get into this, and you're both like in this healthy mindset, it's more than likely that you're going to get to that goal faster than when you are constantly checking in or hanging out with someone that is not even aligned in that way with you. So in everything else in our life, in our business, in the way we want to show up, if we're trying to launch something, if we just want to show up online with more confidence, surround yourself with the people that are doing that. Find the spaces. Maybe it's not people that are right there next to you, but if you challenge yourself to get in the spaces where you can meet those people, I can guarantee you it's going to help so much more. So find your circle, find your community. One thing I have learned in building Mujeron Movement is these people are not going to just come looking for you. You have to get in those spaces. Sometimes it's by investing in programs, in communities, in memberships. Other times it's just by going to these events, these spaces where you can find these people. Sometimes it's really just by DMing people and saying, hey, I'm loving what you're doing. I would love to connect. Can we do a virtual cafecito? Can we meet up for coffee? We cannot wait for these relationships to show up at our doorstep. These are relationships that will come from us putting ourselves in those spaces. So here's a challenge for you. If you haven't yet attended an event or put yourself in a space where you can find this, even virtually, it doesn't have to be in person, even virtually, if you haven't pushed yourself to do that this year, I want you to not let this month go by without you putting yourself in a space like this. Invest in an event, invest in a mastermind, invest in something that's going to help you put yourself in that. If you want a free resource, reach out. We currently have our Keep Your Promises challenge going on. And let me tell you, that group chat, that space is so beautiful. I'm hosting free mini workshops on Mondays. Our challenge ends on February 29th. And it's okay if you started late. It's perfectly fine. Like I've been telling the ladies in the chat, this was created so that you can start to build these habits, right? This was created so that you can surround yourself with these women that are also wanting to become the best version of themselves. This wasn't created for you to check things off. This wasn't created for you to have a perfect day, have a perfect week every time. It's really when things get hard and maybe the day doesn't go the way we plan or the week doesn't go the way we plan. Things happen, right? Life happens. You're still going to come back and show up. So if you're wanting a free resource, DM me. I will send you the link to register for our challenge. We are definitely a week in already, but you can still join us. So for those of you hopping on, the challenge is if you haven't put yourself in a space, whether it's an event, a virtual event, or just in general, a space with people who are also working on their big idea, who are executing on their big vision, who are just doing the damn thing, people who are out there that you admire, if you haven't put yourself in those rooms, do not let February end without you putting yourself in those spaces. Like I said, this is one of the ways that will fast track you into your goals, is surrounding you with people that are also dreaming big, that are also ambitious, that are also going after their goals. Because one thing is for sure, it can feel very lonely to go after your big dreams. It can feel very lonely to build your big idea, to get started on your big idea. And it's these spaces that allow us to feel that community, that sense that we're not alone, that there's other people going through it as well. So those are my 3 tips to stop procrastinating on your big idea, whether you're just getting started or you're building something or you're wanting to show up with more confidence. I can guarantee you these 3 things will really help you step into that mujerón that you are meant to be. It's going to help you become that best version of yourself, because I know, amiga, you have a message. You were brought into this world for a very specific reason, and we only have one life. So let's get to it. Let's do all of the things that we wanted to do. Let's dream big. Let's take that action. And I would love to help you. Send me a DM if this resonated with you. I would definitely send you that link. And I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Thursday.